To billions of people, the word speed doesn't require a dictionary definition. It simply requires a name, Usain Bolt. He earned a title reflecting the absolute peak of our species, the fastest man alive. But when we elevate an athlete to the status of a living myth, we often lose sight of the reality. We stop seeing the athlete and start seeing a superhero, which makes the actual mechanics of his success invisible. It's easy to admire a record-breaking time on a scoreboard. It's much harder to deconstruct the specific human factors that made those seconds possible. To understand what Bolt actually accomplished, we have to look past the gold medals and examine the raw foundation beneath the legend. The turning point for modern athletics arrived during the 2008 Beijing Olympics. This is the visual reality of his dominance. Even among a field of the world's most elite sprinters, Bolt managed to open a gap that looked physically impossible, smiling as he crossed the line while his competitors were at their absolute limit. Look at the historical progression of the 100-meter world record. For decades, athletes fought to shave off mere hundredths of a second. Then, Bolt recorded a 9.58. That data point broke standard scientific expectations. Biomechanics models barely accounted for a human moving that fast. But the 100-meter sprint was only the first half of the evidence. He then moved to the 200-meter dash, covering the distance in 19.31 seconds. Holding both of these records simultaneously created a statistical fortress that remains unchallenged nearly 2 decades later. Numbers on this scale forced the world to stop and ask, how was this specific biological engine engineered? Usually, we assume results like this come from a high-tech environment. We imagine wind tunnels, sensor-laden tracks, and millions of dollars in sports science. We expect elite athletes to be the products of specialized academies and advanced biomechanical coaching from the time they can walk. But Usain Bolt's history doesn't follow that blueprint. Because he wasn't the product of a laboratory, his advantage had to come from a factor that a computer can't easily model. To find the source of his speed, you have to leave the Olympic stadiums and look at this, a small rural village in Jamaica. There were no state-of-the-art facilities here. His early development happened on unrefined terrain, far removed from the centers of global sports technology. This shift in perspective reveals something critical. Geographic isolation and a lack of elite resources aren't automatic disqualifiers for reaching the podium. The actual tools that powered his ascent were much more accessible: grueling hard work, constant relentless repetition, and unyielding discipline. By stripping away the need for advanced labs, Bolt demonstrated that discipline provides a bridge across the gaps of geography and funding. His legacy is larger than a collection of gold medals. It changed how we define the boundaries of human potential. While geography and resources often dictate the odds, Bolt demonstrated that focused effort can overcome even the most significant starting disadvantages. He proved that anyone, from absolutely any background, can reach for the impossible if they master those fundamental human traits. Usain Bolt's name will forever be synonymous with speed, yet his career proves a more grounded reality, that reaching the limit of human potential is achieved through the very human choice to endure.